Hey everyone, it's Annabelle Bridgestone. Alright, I got a couple of things I need to tell you guys. This is take 3, just to tell you. My mother passed away about a month ago. You guys could probably hear her from the last video with me opening up that guy. I was going to do a separate video about how and everything, but I just need to get it off my chest. My mother passed away from diabetes. She had diabetes all her life. She got when she was 5, so she was fighting against it for 43 years. Do the math to figure out her age. Towards the end, she was getting really sick. She had lost one leg to gangrene. She was sick all the time. She was always coughing. She couldn't, it was just bad. She couldn't sleep at night. She was always in pain. Yeah. Diabetes is not something I mess with at all. I know I'm a bigger girl and I should probably worry about a little bit, but I try to eat healthy. I do exercise. And I do worry every single day if I'm ever going to get it, because I don't want to end up like that. My mother was sick a lot. She always got sick when I was little. I remember my first memories. I have 2 memories that are my first. I can't remember which one came first. Memory number 1 was me spooning peanut butter into her mouth. I was probably about 3 when Dad said that memory happened. And then the other one was at a Star Trek convention and me pulling the ears off Ferengi. But that's different. So, yeah. I'm just gonna say a few short things that most people don't know about it. You're gonna be shocked when your parent dies. You're gonna be shocked. You're first not gonna believe it. It's kind of like that denial thing, but it wasn't really denial for me. Mainly because when I walked away from her, I had to take her to the emergency room the day before. Because she was in so much pain. And I got her to the emergency room. We got her on a stretcher. They made sure they were trying to get some blood samples. And I had to get to work that night. My dad had just gotten there. Him and I were waiting around. And 2:30 rolled around and looked at my dad like, Dad, I need to go. If I don't, I'm going to be in the doghouse again because I don't have any money right now. I mean, these guys have gotten nothing these last few months. Because I've been taking care of my mother most of the time. So I waved her goodbye. I told her I loved her. And I left. When I got to work that night, my manager was like, Are you sure you're okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I just really need the money because I have bills to pay. And she's like, okay. What do you think they're going to do with your mom? I'm like, oh, they're probably going to take off another leg. Because her other leg was starting to go bad. And we talked about that offhandedly, and in the back of my mind, I could feel something. I wouldn't say I felt something was wrong and that I needed to contact my mother because it would be the last time I'd ever talk to her. No, it was more of something's going to be completed very soon. So, I went home that night. My dad told me they're going to keep her at the hospital, probably for a very long time. That kind of stuff. Him and I had cheesecake together. We ate some cheesecake and went to bed. Then the next day, I heard a phone call at 7:10. It's never good when you get a phone call at 7:10 in the morning. Unless it's for some other reason, but normally it's not good. And I slept through it because Dad didn't really make any noise about it. I just assumed, maybe this is one of his biker friends or something from his bike stuff. And that kind of thing. And then I remember a phone call. I remember the phone ringing at my house at 8:30. Not 8:30, 8 o'clock. And I ran downstairs, picked it up. It was my dad. and he was crying, and yeah. I can't remember much. I didn't fall to the ground or anything. I definitely was fine. Oh, fine. Fine. You can't really be fine. You really can't. And I immediately called my boyfriend over. He made me food to make sure I was fine. And yeah. I might give some advice here. Make sure you guys know what you want for your funeral. Have it written down. Please, write it down. Keep it somewhere. Make sure people know where it is. Because after my sister finally got flown down from Indiana, we had to go to the funeral home. My mother said that she knew exactly what she wanted for her funeral. She said, oh, she knew. It was all written down. Your father knows. Your father knows what I want for my funeral. So we got there. We sat down and said, so Dad, what did Mom want for the funeral? Well, she wanted to be cremated and then scattered. Is that it? Yep, that's it. Shouldn't there be, like, a certain type of, should there be a viewing, not a viewing? Should the, casket be open, not be open? We knew cremation, so what kind of urn would she want? What kind of flowers? What were her favorite flowers? What was her favorite color? It was annoying. What kind of music should be played? It was terrible. And my sister and I were a mess. We kept crying. I was trying to be strong enough for her and me because Dad was the mess himself. And we ended up picking stuff out and figuring things out, but it was terrible. So, again, people, write it down. Even if it's a basic, no, I don't want a viewing. Make it a simple urn or a simple casket, and make sure it's this type of music. Something like that. If you have more plans, then go ahead. But just do that for me, please. Because no one should ever have to sit there at a funeral home looking at each other clueless across the table, like, what would she want? And then having to go pecking through and figuring out, well, it's terrible. Luckily, we've got our dad to promise that he's already planned his. It's gonna be done by the end of this year. Thank God. Because I don't want to do this again. Except we said that no matter what, my sister and I are going to cheat, and we're going to play Back in the Saddle again. Because we're dorks like that. So, that's my depressing story for you guys. Man, that was depressing. I'm to the point now where I'm fine. It's to the point in the movies where everything is whole again. Except not. How I like to put it is, there's a nice road, but it has this big pothole in it. And it's been filled up with very loose sand. So that when you go over that hole, it sinks a little. You're not going to fall in, it's just, you're sinking. That's what it feels like a little bit of a sinking feeling. So, onto some more peppy, happy stuff. As you can see, Shin here has a new wig. As you can see, Yoko is not with me right now. Yoko is in my room because she has no feet. So, her resin bars popped off, and so my boyfriend, gorgeous, lovely him, is going to be fixing her for me tomorrow. If I can remember to bring her. That's another thing. I keep forgetting things right now. Well, I think that's going to be it for today, because I am dog-tired. It's been a long week. I had my nephews over for the last 2 months. That's another reason why I didn't do a video. Then I felt very uncomfortable doing a video. So, until next time, I will be seeing you guys, and stay happy, okay? Bye.